puppy series, and we're talking about feeding your new puppy, okay? Very, very important. Well, I want to start with a couple of brands that I really highly recommend and encourage you to get. Purina Pro Plan is a great product. Royal Canin makes a great product. And Iams, Eukanuba, Vertback makes a little puppy food as well. All these companies spend a lot of money on research and development, the R&D on their products, and that's really why I want to encourage you to use those kind of products. You want to make sure they're AAFCO approved. That's AAFCO. Most of the bags should say that, AAFCO approved. It's kind of like the USDA for the dog food world. Another thing, you want to avoid grain-free foods. All right, grain-free foods have been associated with heart disease in some different breeds. So we want to avoid the grain-free, especially in the puppy. All right, now, how much do you put in the bowl? Okay, how much do you put in there? Of course, it does depend on the size of the dog, but I want you to feed them 3 times a day. And I would say, suggest for, she's about 8 or 9 pounds. You probably would want to put about 1/3 of a cup in her food bowl each meal. So you're going to feed her 3 times a day, about 1/3 of a cup. Again, depending on the size, you can ask your veterinarian. It will obviously go up if you have a bigger dog, and as they grow, they're going to require more. But if you're going to feed 3 meals a day till they're 6 months old, and at 6 months old, we want to switch to 2 meals a day. All right. And really, one of the big things on the 3 meals a day is you just really want to get them on a schedule. Just kind of like having a little kid, you want to get them on a schedule. So try to be consistent with feeding. If it's 6 in the morning and noon, and then again at 6 at night. But just get them on a routine that's your routine, not necessarily their routine, but your schedule and what works best for you. So feeding is obviously a big concern and question. One thing to mention too is large breed puppies do require, I usually recommend a large breed puppy food, okay? They're gonna have a few different requirements, nutrient requirements that those foods have as well. And the other side of that, and opposite of large breed, is a small little puppy. So maybe if you had a little Chihuahua, that if they're under about 2.5 pounds, maybe at the first 6 or 8 weeks when they're really small, you want to feed those dogs actually just what we call free feeding. I would leave that puppy food out, leave that puppy food available, because occasionally you can see a puppy become hypoglycemic. That's a low blood sugar if you don't have that food available for them all the time. So, hope those tips help on feeding your new puppy.